Before I start this video, I would like to give a huge shout out to Game Computers 7485 for making me aware of the current events that I will be talking about in today's discussion video. But welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Mr. Rage. Hope you guys are doing well. I know I sure as hell ain't. I wish I never even woke up to the news that I have heard, because Dying Light 2 now has microtransactions. Techland was the only company, the only modern company that reminded me of my favorite companies from when I was growing up. Because Techland was one of those developers that actually made an amazing game. A game that had love, care, and quality. A game that I have been playing for a very long time now. And Dying Light 2, if you can already tell, it's Dying Light 1. Obviously, Dying Light 1 is the best game they ever made. But Dying Light 2 is a game that I did not hate. I didn't even get a chance to review the fucking thing before Techland did this shit. Dying Light 2 now has microtransactions. That's right. The same company that made the amazing game Dying Light 1, now Dying Light 2, its sequel, the sequel to one of the best zombie games ever made, now has microtransactions in it. I cannot take this shit anymore. First Rockstar, now Techland. I can't fucking take this shit anymore. Okay? This is what is making my mental state even worser than it already is. My untreated ADHD is already killing me mentally. This shit right here is obviously not helping. Okay? I'm about to go into a fucking mental breakdown. I can't take this shit anymore. You motherfuckers already started COVID-19, and now the same filthy-ass Chinese motherfuckers who started a global pandemic are now coming here and buying my favorite video game companies. Let's calm down, okay? Let's take a breather. Okay. Now, I was going to talk about this a long time ago, but I did not have the energy or the motivation to do so. But Tencent is a very corrupted Chinese video game company that is not only ruining video gaming in China, but they are also trying to ruin video games here in the United States and in every other country. So, Tencent is basically a company that owns a lot of other companies, man. And when I say they own a lot of other companies, I mean, holy shit. This company owns some of the most popular video game publishers in the current video game market or industry, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They own a large amount of stock in both Activision and Ubisoft, and they also own other companies such as Riot Games and even the same guys who made PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Hell, they even done the mobile version of Call of Duty. So again, these people own quite a lot of shit. In China, they basically have a monopoly, but let me tell you something. The amount of shit that this company owns in China, the word monopoly is not even big enough of a word to describe how big of a company Tencent is. Because of the amount of shit that they own in China, just alone in China, is insane. Not only do they own a large majority of video game studios and publishers, but they even own social media platforms. They even have their own. I believe one is called WeChat and the other is called Qzone. I think that's what the other one is called. I'm not sure. I forgot. And I believe they even own some of Facebook's stocks as well. Not only are they bigger than Facebook, but they also own more than Facebook, and they own some of Facebook's stocks. That's fucking insane how much this company owns. And if you guys think that's bad, just wait till you hear this next bit. They even own their own healthcare. That's right. If this does not prove to you that this company has more than just a simple monopoly, then I don't know what the fuck will. These people even own healthcare services in China. And obviously, the Chinese government doesn't give two shits. As a matter of fact, I am very sure that the Chinese government is actually working closely with Tencent. And the reason for that is because of one of their social media sites. I believe it's WeChat, which is their more popular social media site in China. WeChat actually has spyware encrypted in its apps. So obviously that's bad for the users of WeChat in China. As if living in China was not already bad enough because of all the communism that goes down around there. But there's also a large amount of censorship. Hell, I'm pretty sure Tencent was actually partially responsible, maybe fully responsible, with actually censoring people in China who were trying to warn people from the outside world about COVID-19. Because the Chinese government probably didn't want that from being spilled out. So they probably had Tencent censor their own users on their social media sites. This company is fucking awful. God, I'm about to have a fucking stroke. This company is fucking awful. This is a horrible fucking company. Not only do they spy on their users, but they also censor their users as well. And when I say censorship, I mean, holy crap, is the censorship at an all-time high with Tencent. Look it up yourself if you don't believe me, because I know you people think that I take everything too seriously. I know you think that I rage too much and I take everything way too seriously. I take things seriously because there are things in life that need to be taken seriously. And if you still don't believe me, then look it up yourself. Tencent censorship. They are one of the biggest companies in China when it comes to censorship. They're a big company in general, and they're big on censorship and spyware. Now, when it comes to games, besides the fact that they own a large majority of stocks in the most popular video game companies in both the United States and other companies from different countries, the games or the companies that they do own are obviously not good. Tencent basically makes mobile games. That's right. They don't make console games, they make mobile games. Those are the only games that they themselves actually make. Either they themselves actually make them, or their more popular owned studios make them. Popular owned studios. Even fucking Chinese people don't like Tencent. Like, even China themselves don't like Tencent. And I don't blame them. Tencent to Chinese people is what EA and Rockstar is to me. They're just another greedy ass company that owns way too much and has a large majority on the industry that they currently partake in. Because obviously Tencent partakes mostly in video games, okay? This is the company that Tencent mainly partakes in. It's mostly the video game industry, and that's why this is a problem. Because I love video games. You love video games. The people watching this video love video games. We love video games like 2-year-olds love ice cream, okay? So this is why Tencent is even more of a threat to us, because most of their profits and most of the shit that they invest in is video games. Yes, they also have a lot of shares with social media as well. And speaking of social media, Tencent also brought a large majority of stock in Discord as well. And you see, that's the business practice of Tencent. If they can't just full on buy a company, like if they can't just full on buy a video game company, whether it's a video game company or a social media company, then they invest a large amount of money in those companies instead. And that's still a problem. I don't want this company anywhere near my favorite companies, my favorite video game companies, or even social media platforms. Because think about it. If Tencent already censors and spies on its own citizens with its app WeChat and Qzone, then imagine what it would be like if they had even more stock in Discord. Thankfully, I don't think they brought a large majority of stock in Discord. I was wrong about that one, but they can always change that in the future because they can always buy more stocks in the future because this company is obviously making a large amount of money. And again, that's the business practice of Tencent. The more they buy, the more they earn. It doesn't go the other way around. The more you buy, the more you're losing. No, with Tencent, the more you buy, the more you're earning. Because that's the business practice with Tencent. Here's what they do. This is how Tencent thinks. They look at the most popular companies, whether it's the most popular video game companies or the most popular social media companies, and they will either full on buy these companies or they will simply invest in them instead. And not only that, but since they're investing in these companies, I'm pretty sure that this is how Tencent will eventually buy their companies. They invest in a company so that way they can make more money, and then when they make enough money, they will full on buy that company instead. That's how Tencent does their shit. That's their shitty little business practices. This is how it works. Let's say Tencent invests in a popular game company, like, I don't know, like Remedy or something, like Remedy, Rockstar, EA. I'm pretty sure they already have invested in EA. I don't even know. There are companies that I don't even know if Tencent invested in them or not, because this company, they're secret like that. They're secret because they don't actually tell you when they're going to invest in a company. Either they themselves don't say it or the news wires don't say it. I don't know. But anyways, they invest in a company so that way they can make more money. And after they've made enough money, they will then buy that company. You invest in a company, you make enough money from that and the rest of the profit you're making, and then you buy that company. And that's what Tencent does. They buy the most popular companies because when you buy a popular company, there's a better chance of you making more money. And for those of you who think that Tencent is a good company, if what I said earlier is not enough to convince you, then maybe this will. The mobile games that Tencent makes and the mobile games that they publish, the mobile games that their own companies make, are filled to the brim with microtransactions. These people literally make the cliche shitty mobile games that no one likes. The shitty mobile games that have too many ads and literally 100% pay to win content. That is literally what this company does. But to make matters worse, Tencent has also started investing and buying in console and PC making video game companies as well. They also brought Turtle Rock Studios a while back, the company known for making Left 4 Dead and Back 4 Blood. And they also own Riot Games. There's also another game. I forgot the name of it. It's like a popular shooter. I forgot the name of it. It starts with the letter V, but Tencent also owns that. Tencent only buys online games only. Okay, so let's think about this for a minute. Tencent mostly buys online games as well. Live service online games. Because obviously it is a lot harder to have a live service single player game than it is to have a live service multiplayer game. So those are the companies and the games that Tencent is mostly interested in. They are only interested in games that are online and live service, so that way they can implement microtransactions. So for any video game company that only makes single player games, I am pretty sure that they are safe from Tencent, because I am more than sure that Tencent is not interested in these companies, because I have been watching Tencent for a long time now, okay? I've known about Tencent since the beginning. Okay, maybe not since the beginning, but I've been keeping my eye on them for a couple of years, and from what I've gathered from my research, Tencent is only interested in games that are online and live service, and the reason for that is because if there is an online game, whether it's online or multiplayer, just an online game in general, and it's live service, then Tencent can implement microtransactions and pay-to-win content in them. And obviously, the games that Tencent owns are literally just that. They're online, they're live service, and they're pay-to-win. So those are the type of games that Tencent wants. And obviously Tencent, if you can already tell, Tencent is extremely greedy. Okay, Tencent is quite possibly one of the most greediest video game publishers and companies of all time, because these people literally put profits over everything else. Tencent doesn't even care about the games that their companies make. They are only interested in the profits. They are not interested in anything else. So yeah, pretty fucking greedy. I mean, this is Activision type greedy. This is EA type greedy. And ironically, like I already said earlier, Tencent has invested a lot of money into Activision. So they're pretty much just another greedy video game company. Because like I said earlier, they don't even care about the games themselves. They only care about making as much profit off of them as possible. And here's another way how it goes. This is how it goes. Tencent makes money, they buy companies, those companies make them more money, and then they buy more companies. It's like a little cycle of pure greedy fucking madness. They buy companies, those companies make them more money equals more companies, and then what do you think comes next? more companies to make more money, to buy more companies to make more. God damn it. It's fucking madness. It is a literal cycle of greediness and madness, what this company does, because that is literally all they care about. If you thought that fucking Disney was too focused on buying everything, this company right here literally wants to buy everything. They already own so much. Don't forget that these people also own healthcare in China. But again, like I said, this company just wants to buy everything. They want to buy all the companies. They want to buy some of the most popular video game companies so that way they can make even more money. That is literally all this company cares about. All they care about is making money, 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 and more fucking money. They make money to buy companies. Those companies make them more money, and the cycle repeats, just like I said earlier. That is literally all this fucking company does. So every popular video game studio, every popular video game company in both the United States and every other country is now at risk of being bought out by Tencent. And obviously that is not a good thing because, like I said earlier, this company is extremely greedy. Every single game that Tencent buys, or does say every company that they own, let me explain something, okay? Let me explain something. One thing that I have noticed about Tencent is a lot of the video game companies that they buy, these video game companies were already making online games that had microtransactions in them. Either they had microtransactions in them or they had a lot of DLC. So this is a bit of a reassuring thing, okay? This is a bit reassuring because let's take a look at Turtle Rock Studios for a minute, okay? Turtle Rock Studios, Back 4 Blood. Back 4 Blood did have DLCs. It had DLC packs, bundles, although I don't think it had microtransactions. It still doesn't, but Tencent, it seems like Tencent, like I said, Tencent is only buying companies that are either very popular, but companies that are also already making online games. I have not seen Tencent invest or buy a company that makes single-player only games. It looks like Tencent is only going after video game companies that make online games or co-op games or just online co-op games with DLCs, because DLC content and microtransactions are similar things. So I'm guessing these are the only companies that Tencent is going after. But still, Tencent can always change their mind and start going after single player content as well, single player companies, because this is the type of company that Tencent is. Tencent will always prioritize how much profits they're making over everything else. They are already a massive studio, and they want to make themselves even more massive. It's like a black hole. It's like a black hole that has sucked up almost the entire galaxy, but it doesn't stop. It just keeps going. It will always keep looking for things to suck up and to fill itself with. Even though it has already sucked up so much, it will always keep looking for even more things to suck up so that way it can increase its massive size. Tencent is literally a black hole. They have brought in so much stuff. They own so much stuff. They already have so many things, and they will never, ever stop. They will keep buying companies until they own everything. Either everything or just so much of it. They're literally making over $1 trillion in just a single year. I'm pretty sure they're already making that. How do you think this company can buy so much? They buy companies, they invest in companies. This company is literally the Mr. Krabs of companies, because that is literally all this company sees in life. Just buying and making money. Buying companies and making money. Profits is all they care about. So like I said earlier, thankfully, it seems like Tencent is only buying companies, video game companies, that make online games only. Either online games or co-op games. So this gives me a little bit of reassurance, because I am not sure if Tencent will actually realize that single-player games also make a lot of money, but I hope for the love of God they don't. Okay, for the love of my sanity and video games as a whole, I hope Tencent never realizes that single-player games can be just as profitable as multiplayer games. And honestly, I am pretty sure they will realize that very soon. Companies like Rockstar Games or EA, their games are very big when it comes to single-player, and I'm pretty sure Tencent is going to realize that eventually. Now, back to Techland. Now that I have basically given you guys a history lesson on Tencent, they bought Techland. They have purchased Techland. Techland is now part of Tencent. Now, at first, I figured maybe Tencent would not ruin Techland. Maybe they would just realize that Dying Light 2 did not need microtransactions to make the maximum amount of profits. But unfortunately, because you guys already noticed, I already noticed, Tencent is extremely focused on profits. That's all they care about, and they will go out of their way to make sure that they are not only maximizing their profits, but getting more than just profits. They want more than just profits. Tencent also cares a lot about the popularity. Why do you think they buy the most popular video game companies? It's not just for the profits, but it's also because of how popular those companies are and the fan bases they have and the recognition they have globally or just from the country or state that they're in. I mean, Activision is a perfect example of that. Activision is globally popular. They're one of the most popular video game companies of all time. If Microsoft didn't buy Activision, I am willing to bet actual money, that Tencent would have probably bought Activision themselves if Microsoft didn't already buy it. Anyways, back to Techland. Dying Light 2 now has microtransactions. Why don't we just take a look? Shall we? Let's take a look at how bad this is. DL points. That's right. Dying Light points. That's what we have now. Fucking hell. Obviously, we have the cheapest option, $4. And then the most expensive option, $50. So, here's how Dying Light 2's microtransactions are now going to work. So, just like with Dying Light 1, we now have DLC bundles. Usually these things come with weapons and skins. So let's take a look. Okay, blueprints, we have items, cosmetic as well. You see we got the suit over here, and we have a weapon. Here we go again. This is 750. So let me explain something. So this is like this bundle right here. This bundle is 750 points. So the cheapest option would not even be enough to buy the cheapest bundle in the game, because this is the cheapest bundle. Actually, no, it's this one. Okay, so these two, this and this, these two are the cheapest bundles in the game. This bundle costs $550. This bundle costs $750. So even the cheapest microtransaction will not be enough to buy the cheapest bundle in the game. This system literally encourages you to not even think about buying the cheapest bundle, because the cheapest bundle will not even buy you anything. Buying the cheapest bundle in Dying Light 2 will not even get you anything in the game. It is essentially a waste of money even spending a little bit on the cheapest microtransaction in the game, because it still will not get you anything. This shit right here is free, so that doesn't count. Okay, I have already brought every bundle in Dying Light 2. Oh, actually, no, I haven't. They've already added more. 700 and 700. Now, is this overpriced? In my opinion, no. It's not overpriced, but at the same time, this was still so unnecessary. For those of you who have never played Dying Light 1 or Dying Light 2 or just didn't know how it used to work before, when you would go to the game's homepage like this, let me show you. Okay, you go to the game's homepage. This is where you would buy the bundles. You would buy it right here on the homepage, and these are the bundles that you would buy. Okay, Dying Light 1 had the same shit. And okay, now, usually these bundles would come with weapons and skins. This goes for both Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2. You go to the game's homepage and you buy a bundle. And usually these bundles would cost anywhere from $4 to $7. The most expensive bundle was $10. But anyways, now you cannot do that anymore. Techland actually confirmed that they will be removing the ability to buy bundles from the store. So if you want any of the game's upcoming bundle packs, then you will need to buy a Dying Light. You'll need to buy Dying Light points, basically. Now, the reason why I am worried about Tencent again is because if they are buying Techland, if they can buy Techland, and if they can have Techland add in microtransactions in their game, then they are going to do this with every other game that they buy, or every other studio that they buy, every other company that they buy. And if you guys think that I think that Tencent is the reason why they added microtransactions in Dying Light 2, I fully believe it. I fully believe that Tencent is the reason why there are now microtransactions in Dying Light 2. Again, I am willing to bet actual money. I have money, and I am willing to actually bet it. Hell, I will actually bet on my life that Tencent is the reason why there are now microtransactions in Dying Light 2. Okay, let's look at Dying Light 2 again for a minute here. Now, you may think that the bundles are not that much money, and maybe the little Dying Light points won't be that much money. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Okay, let me ask you guys something. The most expensive amount of points in the game exists, $50. So if there is already a very expensive option here for Dying Light points, then I am more than sure that there will also be very expensive bundles in the game as well. There will probably be bundles in Dying Light 2 that cost way over 10,000 points. There will probably be bundles in this game that cost way more than what you are seeing here. The bundles will be overpriced, and there will also be more options like this as well. I could already imagine them adding a $100 option, maybe a $90 option, a $70 option. If you think just a $50 option is too much, just wait for what Techland has in store. Techland and Tencent, the new Chinese overlords. There is probably going to be way more expensive shit coming in the future. This shit right here is sad. This shit right here is actually sad. A company that I once cared for so much, a company that I relied on and had faith in to make amazing games. Now we've got microtransactions. And like I said earlier, this is just the start, okay? This is just the start of all the bullshit you are about to see, okay? Again, why do you think Techland already made a very expensive option for Dying Light points, if not to add in expensive bundles in the future? This is how Techland should have done it. The most expensive bundle in the game should not cost any more than $20. Okay, that should be the most expensive bundle in the game. And Dying Light points should cost $5 to $10. $5 will get you 500 points. $10 will get you 1,000 points. The most expensive option in the game should not be more than $20. See, that's how you actually make good microtransactions. Because listen, I understand that making video games and updates is not easy. And Dying Light 2 is a live service game. So I understand that Techland needs to be making money in order to actually be making good updates for the community and for the game in general. Because this is a live service game. Dying Light and Dying Light 2 are live service games. Dying Light 1 was a live service game, and Dying Light 2 is a live service game. So if a game is live service, then obviously the updates that come need to be good updates, or else the game will die. Because when it comes to live service games, the developers need to make sure that the community is always coming back for more and always is interested in the game by giving it new updates. And to make those new updates, you need to be making money. So for those of you who think that I'm just being a sore loser here, or think I don't understand how hard it is to make video games, I do understand. I do, okay? Don't fucking make that assumption about me. I understand that Techland needs to be making money, but not like this. Not like this. Now, another way that Techland can do this without being greedy pricks themselves, do not add content behind a paywall, okay? But I already know they're not going to do that, okay? Cosmetics and DLC weapons are going to be more expensive because these little bundles in the store are going to get more expensive. Okay, for those of you who think that, oh, this is okay, it's cheap, Techland won't make it that expensive, they are going to make it expensive, okay? This is just the start of what the microtransaction system in Dying Light 2 is going to be like. This is literally just the start, okay? These little DLC bundles, they are going to be very expensive in the future. I can already tell. If I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about this, but I am pretty sure I'm not. Because my prediction, all of these bundles are going to be extremely expensive. I mean, we have already seen this. We have already seen the exact same type of microtransaction systems in different games. This literally looks like something out of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or Fortnite, or Apex, or Dead by Daylight, all those other live service pay-to-win games. The more shit you get in a bundle, like the more powerful the weapon or the cool looking the cosmetic, the more expensive it will be. And this does also make the game pay to win, because now Techland will be making you pay large amounts of money for the best weapons in the game. The best weapons, the best skins, the best blueprints, all of those will now be extremely expensive. And obviously, you don't gotta buy them, but that also means that you'll be stuck with the shitty in-game items, the default items, the items you get for not spending an additional $40 on the in-game microtransactions for the in-game currency to buy the in-game items, which require the in-game currency to buy. Because, of course, you can never just actually grind for points. Like, why couldn't we just do that, Techland? Why can't we just make those Dying Light points instead of actually buying them? Why do we gotta pay for them? That would have actually been a viable option. It still sucks because, we don't want this crap in the first place, but it would have been better than us being forced to spend our money on the in-game microtransactions, the Dying Light points. God, just hearing that come off of the tip of my tongue, just hearing that come out of my mouth makes me want to take this Pepsi can right here and literally deep throat it. You had so many options, Techland. You had so many fucking options. You know what? I got another option. Instead of us only being able to buy these bundles with the Dying Light points, don't remove them from the store. And for God's sake, do not make them over $10, okay? If we start getting Dying Light 2 DLC bundle packs that are over $20, then that's over. It's over. It is absolutely over. If it's over $20, even if it is $20, that is way too much, okay? No one is going to want to pay $20, $20+ for either new weapons or skins or just everything else. No one wants to pay for that shit. The most expensive option, like I said, the most expensive option should either be $10 or $20. And if you're going to have a $20 pack, so be it. But it better come with something that is way well worth over $20. Okay, because it needs to be worth our money. Okay, this is how every microtransaction should work in a game. The most expensive amount, all right, the most expensive bundle or the most expensive microtransaction should give you more than enough points to buy the best shit in the game for a long time. Or if you're going to have bundle packs, the most expensive bundle should also come with the most out of every other bundle, and it should also give you the most shit. That's how microtransactions should work. Now, I'm hoping that Techland will do this. I'm hoping that Techland will follow a more consumer-friendly approach, because if they don't, then it is going to be way more than just me being angry that's going to happen. This game will die. Okay? Because fuck me, like, what is me raging gonna do? Who the fuck am I? All of these rant videos are never gonna do shit. Okay? This is just how I let off steam. I said that in my last video too. The game will die. The game will die. So I'm hoping that Techland does not become just another greedy ass developer like all the other ones. But again, I also hope that my prediction doesn't come true. I'm hoping that these bundle packs in Dying Light 2 do not become more expensive, because if they do, that is not a very good sign for the future. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I sure as hell didn't. This whole thing has been very, very mentally exhausting and very, very depressing for me to make. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I know I didn't. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys have made it by till the end of this video, I hope you enjoyed. One thing that I forgot to mention is Techland is also really cracking down on modders, which is also not very good. I remember this one guy on YouTube who actually modded the Dying Light 1 map into Dying Light 2, and that was fucking awesome to see because of how great Dying Light 2's physics are. And now that Techland is actually cracking down on modders, that's not very good. That's not fucking nice, Techland. Like, what the fuck did modders do? What did modders do? Modders are literally trying to make the game better. They add in content into the game that they have to work for and make themselves, so you guys don't have to. So why the fuck are we cracking down on modders now? What the fuck did they do? The guy literally made Dying Light 1's map into Dying Light 2. Do you think that was easy to do? Do you think modding a game is ever easy to do? It takes almost just as much work as it takes to make new DLC yourself. Hell, modders can make DLC and you guys don't have to. Because sometimes the shit they add into games is just as good as the DLC that developers make themselves, the official DLC that we have to pay for. So why the fuck are we cracking down on modders? You know what? Fuck you, Techland. Fuck you. I gotta go, guys. This is too much. I gotta go. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. And I will see you guys in the next video, because I gotta go calm down, because I gotta go outside for a minute. All right, I gotta go outside and eat something. I'll see you guys later.